normally does. But I know we're live on the Twitter side of things.
Hell yeah.
You're probably not going to be able to see the chat as well, Tone, so you're going to have to bounce back and forth a little bit, but I'll read out as mentioned if we get any comments and whatnot going forward.
Pull it up on the tubes.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how many people join in. X might be moving. We're going to be live. Let me make sure we're going on the X as well. We're cruising for bruising. As we have C on the screen, we're going to be going over MLB plays as well as we're going to be going over the NCAA plays. So we're going to be doing both of those in today's video. Tony, your camera turned off. But we should be pretty good to roll here. We have a big slate for today. I mean, even NBA is rolling today. I released a video earlier today. If you missed that, make sure to go check that out. We put out our NBA plays already for today, as well as we've kind of just been locking some stuff up on Twitter. So if you guys have any question for NBA, make sure you go check out that. If not, we're going over it all today in the live stream. We got MLB and NCAA coming at you real fast. Starting with my play while Tony's figuring out. Oh, Tony's back. While we're rolling.
Go back.
What's up, Jake? How you doing? I'm starting with the Mets Astros. I think the Nerfy's good here. I got it at minus 120. So it's decent value for a Nerfy. Obviously, it's going to be Fraber versus Clay Holmes. Obviously, Clay Holmes getting his first start. Obviously, former relief pitcher for the Yankees last season. Wrapped it up with a very impressive spring with a .93 ERA and 5 scoreless innings versus the Cardinals. So, again, Clay's kind of rolling right now. The Astros are ranked 10th worst in scoring in the first inning last season. So, obviously, new team, new vibes. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, all of these day one props are mainly based off of last season. Because we don't really have anything for this season yet. So that's where you're going to see a lot of these numbers come from. Valdez hit this in 14 of his last 15 home games last season and had an overall Nerfy record of 25-3. So from Valdez's standpoint, I think it's a pretty good side for him. Obviously, the Mets are a daunting team, but I think they're a lot better on paper than they're going to be actually in real life to start out the season. We'll see how hot they start. Lindor and Soto strike out a hefty amount versus Valdez, so we'll see how he does, as well as Nimmo as well. So I like this play a lot. I think it should be some pretty good value here, and we should be rocking pretty early on in the day with a Nerfy. Then I'm going to hop through a few of my plays while we get rolling over there. Water, what's going on? Your Beezy 1.5 home runs. Bond day. What's up, Jason? Well, Rip Tone. Tone's just going back and forth with the camera. The camera's
freaking out.
He's on Nick's setup, so blame Nick for the camera setup. But we can hear you at least. So
all right. Yeah, my camera's geeking right now. This is unfortunate, but the one play that I just took, hopefully we stay back. Clay Holmes under 14.5 total outs.
Okay.
I got it at plus money, plus 125. Obviously, a converted reliever making his first big league start on opening day for the Mets. And you know what? I'm going to say it takes him a while to ease into the starter role. And, maybe he's a little, he's just not like built for the starter role yet. So I'm going to say he goes less than 5 innings. Astros also veteran savvy team. They know to take pitches. They know how to work accounts. So I saw it this morning. I was looking and it felt good. Feels great. So I'm going to take under 14.5 outs for Clay Holmes.
Yeah, no, that feels like a good spot. You might want to get the fan on the camera. It might be overheating. That probably is what it is.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go try to figure that shit out.
You got it. I got to yap through a few of my plays as well here while we're still rolling, so I can definitely do that while you snag that. The next play I got for you guys, Cody Bellinger. We're staying with the New York theme here. Obviously, a brand new Yankee. Belly, over 1.5 HRR. For those that don't know, it's hits, runs, RBIs. So if he gets a home run and drives in 2 RBIs, that counts. Him plus whatever, et cetera, et cetera. That's how you hit the over. Right? He could have 2 doubles. That's 2 hits. Hits the over. He could have 2 singles. Hits the over. That's how a lot of it goes. I know I have to just explain that in the beginning because a lot of people are new to the MLB scene as we're starting on opening day. There's going to be new people coming in, so I want to make sure I explain everything as well as possible. With that being said, Belly coming off a hot spring. His bat's swinging, man. 423 batting average with a 464 on base percentage and a 1.214 OPS. So he's crushing the baseball right now. Bellinger's faced Freddie 11 times and has a 455 batting average against him. So again, just absolutely rakes him. Freddie's also a right-handed pitcher where Belly thrives against righties, posting a damn near 300 batting average, 298 last season. And Freddie struggled against lefties, so again, that gives him the platoon advantage as well. The new Yankee emotions are going to be high. Dude, he might just hit it out of the park. Thoughts? Astros are going to cook. I think the Astros can beat the Mets for sure. But right now I'm taking Cody. I like Cody a lot. Plus, it's plus money value. So I really like the value on this. Getting blitz at plus 115. The value is really here for the MLB bets. It's also very juiced a lot of the time. So which is kind of the back and forth you have to go through. But for our last play that I do really like is going to be no other than the man, Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens under 1.5 walks. The fact that we're getting this line at a decent value is absolutely insane. Definitely a juiced line. If you're not willing to take juice, I completely understand. It is minus 140 that we got it at. But the line is just disrespectful. I mean, the fact that you can even get it at 1.5 walks feels absolutely insane. We might never see the line just like this low after this game. Like it feels nuts. Last season, Skeen only walked one batter versus Miami in the under. And he hit under this line in 7 of the last 10 games. Not only that, but Miami walked the second fewest in the entire MLB. So I don't expect them to just change against one of the best pitchers. Especially because they haven't made a ton of roster movement to where their roster would be looking completely different this year. Skeens made it clear this offseason that he wants to get ahead of the count. He's been talking about it. He's made a lot of improvements to his accuracies. We've seen, as well as he added two new pitches for left-handed batters. So it should be interesting to see how that does as well today. Hopefully he can reel those in. But every book pretty much has had this at 170 or higher. So the fact that we're getting a 140 feels like a pretty good deal here for the elite Paul Skeens. Now, we are going to be heading over to the scrollable screen because we are going to go over some just lines and general props that we have for today. As Tony's figuring out his camera and getting ready with everything.
Yeah, dude, I'm here. This is so irritating.
Yeah, I don't know what is the battle you're having, but it's kind of, is it the actual camera itself that's turning off?
It's not the actual camera. I don't know if it's just overheating.
That's weird. But we can walk through each of the plays, the lines we like. You guys can let me know in the comments what you guys like, whether you're on the YouTube or the Twitter side of things, whether you guys are leaning one side or the other. If you don't like the play we take, if you like the play, you like the side, you like the over, you like the under, whatever you like, we'll be able to yap about it here and scroll through everything for you. With that being said, starting out, Brewers, Yankees, top of the day. Starting at 3:05 today. Feels like a pretty good spot. Not too early, but we definitely get some early games in, which is super fun. The whole day is action-packed. I mean, we've MLB starting at 3. I want to check. When is the first, I think the NCAA game already, if I'm not mistaken. Those are at 7, 9, and 10 for the NCAA. So we're going to be getting those later. So we get MLB early. We get NCAA late at night. In between, we get a little bit of NBA. So today's an action-packed day, dude. I love today. Anyway, Brewers, Yankees, 3:05. First pitch. The spread's 1. I mean, damn near a pick 'em. Plus 130 for the Brewers. Minus 135 for the Yankees are the best odds. Over-under set at 7.5. Tone, I know you're fucking with your shit, but you got any strong feelings for this game?
Strong feelings, not too much. I did just take a Carlos Rodon strikeout bet. His normal line is 5.5. I took it at over 6.5, so I need him to hit 7. I got that at plus 172 at FanDuel. Carlos Rodon, big strikeout guy when he's on. Mm-hmm. Not really sure what we're going to see from here. I do kind of lean. I kind of want to take the over a little bit because both Rodon and Freddie Peralta kind of feel like similar pitchers to me where, they're susceptible to let up a couple long balls. Yankees obviously got some power bats in there. Brewers, scrappy team. So I haven't taken the over yet, but that would be my one lean that I have. Maybe just, Brewers money line. I'm kind of all
Mm-hmm.
about the dogs. So if you
Yeah.
can get Brewers at plus like 130, I don't think that's a bad move.
Nah, I don't think it's a bad move at all. I feel like that's pretty good value. I think a lot of the juice comes from just the overall hype that the Yankees have right now, with adding a few of the new guys. But it's gonna be interesting. I mean, no Garrett Cole now either, which is kind of crazy. So we'll see how the Yankees fare for the season. But for this game in and of itself, I definitely like the Brewers here. Like you said, the over feels really juicy. This game could probably get out of hand very fast if these pitchers kind of lose it a little bit, which has definitely happened last year. Most of the money and bet percentage is with the Yankees, which is pretty interesting for the money line side of things. And then the spread side is the same thing. Most people are taking the Yankees in this one with the under. Interesting. So we're on the opposite side of things here compared to the money, but people do love the popular prop of strikeouts for Rodon.
Also, like a huge part of totals is going to be the weather for these games. And so, I'm trying to fix my camera here, also trying to figure out the fucking weather in these stadiums. But at a quick glance, it does look like the wind is coming in Yankee Stadium today. So I think the wind is on the side of the under. Mother Nature is going to be keeping balls. Oh, I totally lied about that. Never mind. Wind is actually on our side. It says it's going out in the direction towards center field, about 12 miles an hour.
Okay. Damn.
So, yeah.
I'm in. No, I'm in.
You're in on the over?
I'm in on the over. If Mother Nature's in on the over, I'm in on the over.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm seeing a bunch of 7.5s, 8s.
Oops, I didn't mean to close that. Yeah.
I don't know. The only thing I'm on is Rodon strikeouts.
All right, that's fair. That's fair enough. We'll take it from there. I like Belly over on this one for the 1.5 HRR, so we'll keep it pushing there. Any Philly to hit a dinger. Should have stayed hidden, buddy. Looking off Brandon Clark. That's funny. Tony camera frozen. Yeah, we know. Tony's having camera issues, but hey, it's day one. We have 180 more of these. 160 more. We'll be fine. We'll figure it out. It's rolling.
Yeah.
There it is.
I'm here. If my camera dies, just know that I'm still here in spirit.
Yeah, no, he's here. He's here. The camera, we can yell boss man Nick for the setup. But what we can't do is fade my Blue Jays against the Orioles. So we're going to be looking at a 1.5 spread here. Over under is set at 8.5. Looks like 8.5 seems to be the common line here. 8 for some books. I mean, DK has it just straight at 8. Whereas ESPN Bet normally has a pretty good odds. ESPN Bet has it at 7.5 with juice. So I think 8 is probably the best line you're going to get. Then obviously plus 103 for the Orioles there. About plus 100 on most books, minus 102. So a pretty even game here. Most of the money is with the Baltimore side of things. The spread is with Toronto side of things. And the over-under is damn near split 50-50, but we're going to lean definitely the over side at 55 compared to 44% there. Jose Barrios making his first ace start for the Blue Jays opening day. I don't know how I feel about it. Jose Barrios is a pitcher that can either get you 13 Ks and absolutely dice up a game, or he's going to let 17 balls deep into left, gone forever, never coming back.
I feel like Jose Barrios always starts a season pretty strong. Like there'll be like 2 or 3 weeks of each season in the beginning where I'm like, dude, Jose Barrios he's kind of that dude. He's like he like finds his Minnesota Twin version.
Yeah.
Then like as the season goes, he kind of turns back into a pumpkin. So I think I'm kind of leaning Jays here.
Dub. I agree.
I mean, I don't feel confident in either side.
No, neither do I. I'm not super keen on either side of this. I want to lean the Jays, but I'm biased as fuck, so take that with a grain of salt. And I would lean the over here, as does the line movement leans the over as well. So that's what I would be taking. Nothing really. We have nothing really else we can keep pushing though. We have a lot of games to get through today. Phillies,
I don't feel any way.
Phillies Nationals. We already had someone comment in here. Phillies just hitting dongs. Is That's the case here. Every money line is with Philly. Obviously, they're favored at -1 in this game. Over is set at, damn, you can get it 7. Under's best odds at 7.5. Then the Phillies are favored by -148. Phillies money line has 91% of the money on it, as well as 91% of the bet percentage. Spread is all on Philly. The under is 61% here for the under compared to the over. Zach Wheeler strikeouts line is set at 5.5. Mackenzie Gore is set at 5.5 as well. Any thoughts, feelings?
I think we have to take the Nats.
Really?
I don't know. I have a sneaky suspicion that they could come out with a win here. I kind of like Mackenzie Gore. Like, he's kind of just a strikeout artist. Like, wouldn't be surprising at all if the Phillies just fucking light him up. And, Wheeler's one of the best pitchers in all of Major League Baseball right now. So it doesn't feel good. Because it doesn't feel good is kind of why I want to do it.
You would be sitting with 8.6% or 8.3% of the bet percentage right now. So if you want to,
I feel like it should be longer odds than that, but it's so I haven't taken it. I don't think I'm going to.
But maybe there's a reason it's not longer odds.
Yeah, like, what do they know?
What do they know?
It should be higher than this.
No, 100%. I can understand the Nationals. I'm not totally phased out. I think the Phillies might start hot though.
I'm
tough.
not gonna touch it.
Yeah, I'm not touching it either. The one thing I would touch is the under. I think I like the under with these two pitchers, and how streaky these teams are with hitting. Outside of that, I'm not really touching anything else here. The Red Sox and Rangers is the next one up. I mean, close matchup here. Obviously, spread is -114 for the Sox, +106 for the Rangers. Over under is set at 7.5, -110, so pretty much right on the dot there. All the money and bet percentage is with Boston. Same with the spread, and the under is favored in this one for the money percentage, but the bet percentage has the over. So a little bit of contrast there, which is pretty interesting. Garrett Crochet makes his way to the mound, as well as Nathan Eovaldi. 6.5 and 5.5 for their strikeout lines. Thoughts?
There's not going to be too many days where I'm going to fade the Red Sox when Crochet's on the mound. I do like me some Rangers, though. Both these teams we had as their division winners. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough call. I don't have any lean here.
I don't know if I could fade the Sox. I think I'm going to lean Sox here. You get good value, too. It's not crazy long odds or anything. So I think I would lean Sox here, -114. You get a -116 on FanDuel. I would probably lean the under, too. You get the under at 8. I don't feel great about it, but I probably would lean the under. All right.
Offenses are super fucking good. I don't want to fade either one.
Yeah, we'll see. Pirates, Marlins, Skeens. How you down, Sandy? On the other side of things, his strikeout line is 4.5. Skeens is 6.5 with a ton of juice. Everything's on Pitt. Money line is 94.4% on Pitt for the money percentage. The bet is 92%. Spread, almost all of it is on Pitt as well. Same with the under. It's 78.3%. Obviously, these offenses are two bad offenses. So I would also lean the under here at 6.5, a low line, but I think it's low for a good reason.
I mean, Sandy looks healthy. Obviously, missed all last season. Had a good spring training. So,
if he comes out healthy, I feel like he could deal.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So
if he's healthy, he's kind of back into Cy Young contention, I would assume.
Has to be.
Yeah, I mean, this Marlins offense is fucking pathetic. Skeens is probably going to light him up. That being said, though, like, Miami, are
What's
they
the
a live
weather?
dog?
Yeah.
Are they a live dog with Sandy on the mound?
Are they in Pittsburgh? Hold on.
They're in Miami.
Oh, okay, they're in Miami. I couldn't see from. They don't have it up here, which is really annoying. Yeah, they have nothing to worry about there.
Do you like better as dogs? Do you like Nationals or Marlins more?
I think I like Marlins more because the Pirates could have literally negative offense.
Sure.
Like, I don't trust them at all.
Like,
but Miami also has, it's tough. Oh, they both fucking suck.
If you were to take Miami +125 on the money line, or
you can take plus 130.
You seen a 130?
On ESPN bet 130.
Okay. So there's a 130 out there. I want to
One.
look at, would you rather go with Miami to upset or just like take an ult on Skeen strikeouts? I feel like either Miami's going to win or Skeens is going to strike out like 20.
I would rather take the alt, honestly. You can view all. Hold on, let me view all the lines for schemes.
Okay. I think I don't have an efficient way of looking at this. Okay, here we go. Alt Ks. Paul Skeens. To record 9 strikeouts, I'm seeing 2 plus 205 for Skeens. 8. I see a 110.
His line got juiced. It started out at minus 120, dropped all the way down to minus 140. They know something. And 96% of people are on the over.
Skeen strikeouts?
Yeah.
Plus 110. Yeah, it looks like to record 8, it's plus 110. Okay, so Miami to win for plus 130 or Skeens to get 8 strikeouts for plus 110.
Plus 1. Oh, man. I feel like you could get 9, 10.
You'd rather go 9?
What
What about double digits?
What's double-digit strikeouts?
10 strikeouts, got 4-1 odds.
I mean, that's great. How many times did he do it last year? Let me look.
I don't remember how many times he did it last year, but I think his line to have 10 plus strikeouts this year is like 4.5 games.
He did it all of last season. 2 of 24 starts. But he had 9. If we go to 9 instead, he had 7 of 24 starts. So that's a lot better volume there. And if we go down to 8, he did that in 54% of games last year. 13 of 24.
I mean, in terms of like a viewer, I would much rather just see
double digits.
Skeens punch everyone out, obviously.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
Rather than put my money with the fish,
yeah,
I'd rather just be the fish and go with Skeens. But, that's the move.
Last year playing the Marlins, he had 9 Ks.
He only had 1 start against Miami last year?
Yeah.
Okay. 9 Ks against the Finns.
In September.
Ooh, okay. Be 8 strikeouts. 8 strikeouts plus 110. Actually, I can't do that. That's got to be the most basic bid out there today.
Yeah.
I can't be doing that.
Yeah.
I want to. I really want to, but I can't.
No, you're 100%. I mean, that's just too, like, plus 110. What have we done?
It's eating the whole pint of Ben and Jerry's. I know I can't be doing that shit. I want to, though.
Yeah.
I'm out on Skeens.
All right, yeah, fuck Skeens. We're out. Marlins plus 130. How you doing? All right, okay.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go Braves, Padres, the 410 game here. Braves minus 122, Padres plus 113. Spread here is 1 with the over-under of 6.5. You can take the under at 7, though, on BetMGM. So you get a little bit of juice there. Plus, Atlanta money line is at 71%. The money, 70% of the bet percentage spread. 74% of the money, 74% of the money percentage, 61% of the bet percentage, and the under and over are damn near even on the money, with the bet percentage being favored on the over. Michael King's only have 4.5 strikeouts for minus 190, and Chris Sale is over 5.5 strikeouts for plus 105. So a little bit interesting lines there. I kind of like. I don't want to talk too soon. Lean Sale, but I don't love it. Padres don't strike out often. I think they were ranked. I think they were number 1 last year. I think they struck out the fewest of all teams last year, if I'm not mistaken.
If I remember correctly, I do think it was dependent on the hand of the pitcher. Like, I think against righties or something, they might have been like lowest percentage, but it might have been a different story against lefties. Something like that.
Yeah. Against left-handed pitchers, they struck out the least. So maybe it was right-handed pitchers they struck out.
So I think I had it flipped.
Yeah. Left-handed pitchers, they struck out 30th last year. So.
Dub Padres.
Yeah, Padres cooking against lefties. All right. Where are you feeling? Where are your thoughts at? I lean Braves. Just cover simple. Not too much. You get plus 112 on the value for the Braves. I'm -1. You get -1.5. A little bit more. But that's where I'm leaning. Thoughts? You like Padres?
Man, I can't decide on this bet. I'm fucking blanking, dude. I'm shooting blanks on this game.
Like a nerfy for this game?
I could go with a nerfy. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be like fucking minus way too much.
Yeah, it's minus way too much. -160. Oh, no.
Minus 160?
Yeah, that's insane.
Jesus.
First 5 under 3.5?
Yeah.
Kind of like the over.
What's the odds for 3.5?
-110. -110, -105 for the over, -110 for the under. I kind of like the over.
First 5. You like 4 runs in the first 5?
I feel like bats will come out hot. Padres don't strike out often. They're going to be knocking off some pitches. Pitch count could get high. I mean,
Sale and King are fucking studs, but
no, I get it. They're elite.
It's like, I mean, these are 2 loaded teams. They got good lineups. We got good pitchers on the mound.
Values there.
You know what?
God is
you know what is Mother Nature telling?
Yeah, what has Mother Nature got? That's the real question here.
Mother Nature got 9-mile-an-hour winds coming in from like the northwest.
That's tough.
So I think that's leaning under
for sure. All right, never
Mother
mind.
Nature might be limiting some runs tonight.
Yeah, fuck Mother Nature, whatever. Let's go to the Angels White Sox game. This thing makes me want to throw up, but we definitely got to go over it still. -1 for the Angels.
Nah, dude, I'm actually so hyped for this game.
Really?
Simply because of Yusei Kikuchi. I got him to throw for 8 strikeouts.
The Blue Jays legend.
Let me look at the
8
odds.
8 Ks.
Oh, 2-to-1 odds. 2-to-1 odds for Kikuchi to get to 8 strikeouts. There's nothing more than I like watching than the White Sox just getting the shit beat out of them.
Someone gave me like numbies from when they broke down our video for I think they came in my live or they said on a comment or something for our YouTube video where we broke down the White Sox under. We were like, we should do the under. They lost so many games, blah, blah, blah. They lost like 30 one-run games or something with a win percentage of like 14% in those games or some bullshit of like one-run games. He goes, that's like almost improbable to happen again. I'm like, yeah, but like they suck.
Those one-run games, they're gonna be better at that and should win more games in one-run scenarios.
Yeah, it was insane. I was like, I mean, it also comes down to like a lot of those were like probably back-end one-run games. Like they got it close within the 9th and then lost. Or, you know, like I feel like there's a lot of context to that score. Anyway, I digress, but I did hear that. Anyway, so you like the Angels here pretty clearly, and you like the.
Honestly, like I'm not even really banking on the Angels winning. I just think Kikuchi
has a big game.
He has a big game. There's been times where he's had like massive strikeout totals, and I don't know. He got the bag from the Angels to be their ace, and I think this is a great way to start the season. Against the terrible White Sox.
You think Trout gets cooking here? 1.5 HRR -115, good value.
Yeah, I mean, I think as long as Trout's like in the lineup, he is like a top 10 player in the league for sure.
Yeah, should be interesting there. We can keep it pushing though. Mets Astros. We already kind of glanced over. I like the nerfy in this one, but this one's split on the money percentage and the bet percentage of the money line. Spread everybody's with the Mets. Bet percentage with the Mets. Under 76% on the under. For the money, it's 70% of the bet percentage is on the under. Clay Holmes over 4.5 strikeouts is +130. And 5.5 strikeouts for Valdez is -128. 8. I like Valdez. You like Clay Holmes under on pitching outs. I like Framber Valdez over on 15.5 pitching outs. So we're on the separate sides there, but I think they're both very good value. Valdez last year crushed.
No, I think that sounds enticing.
Yeah, Valdez crushed this last year. And again, unless the Mets come out and just fucking bats are loaded and hot, which I don't really see happening. He hit this in 9 of the last 10 games of the season, averaging over and in the last 20 games. He was averaging 17 outs per game. Not strikeouts, outs. 17 outs per game. He was getting to on a regular basis. Seeing about, where was the stat I saw? Obviously, the Mets are like 2024 ranked. I have one of the best on base percentages and walk percentages, whatnot. But Valdez was cooking last season, being in the 71st percentile in almost all the pitching stats. Ks per 9, swing strikeout percentage, CS stuff, like almost everything pretty much. And the Mets lineup last year struggles against Valdez. I talked about it earlier when I went over the Nerfy, so I'm not going to go over everything again. But Nimmo struggles, Alonso struggles. These are guys that are obviously going to be key to lineup. Lindor struggles big time, only batting 100 in 9 plate appearances. So should be interesting to see how they come into today on opening day. But I like Valdez to last 17 outs.
That's pretty good. I guess I kind of lean Astros to win this game. I think Clay Holmes can be a pretty good starting pitcher. I just kind of have concerns about dudes who transition from the bullpen in their first year, especially in like the first half of the season. Yeah. Even in like best case scenarios, like a lot of the dudes kind of flounder off towards the end or like just have troubles going deep into games. So, I mean, I don't know. In a weird way, Clay Holmes is kind of built to be a starter. Like he's more of a like pitch to contact ground ball guy, which definitely could help him, especially like getting over outs if you're going to get like quick outs, ground outs into the infield, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like for plus money for him to, not go into past the 5th inning, like I think it's a good bet.
No, I agree. I like the Clay Holmes under for sure. Plus, you're getting great value on it. So as long as you're getting the good value, I'm always in to take those sort of plays. Obviously, the plus money there. Where'd you get it at? What odds?
I got plus 125 on DK.
That's where I'm seeing it right now. So plus 125 you feel great about. Shout out Jake. Love the baseball talk on the voice. Hell yeah, dude. Let's keep it pushing, though. Thanks to everybody that's watching on the Twitter side of things. We have 450 viewers in here or something, or views in here. So shout out you guys. Anyway, let's hop into another game. Let's keep it pushing, wasting no time. Where are we at here? Pirates, Marlins, Padres, again. Giants, and Reds.
I'm so bad.
San Francisco Giants.
I had to turn the camera on for the Giants. I don't know how long it lasts, but I did take the Giants to win this game, minus 105 on the money line. I think that's about what it is still. Maybe like minus 110 now or something.
Money line is minus 102.
Damn. I thought I got a good number.
I mean, it's also, it's like, let me see here. Let me see what it's at Lake DK. Minus 110 on DK, minus 110 on FanDuel, minus 110 on BetMGM. So it's on Profit X at minus 102. So all the big books have one.
I mean, basically the game's a pick 'em, and I kind of feel like the Giants should be a little bit more of a favorite in this game. I think Webb is going to fare well in Cincinnati, which is obviously a huge hitter ballpark. Hunter Green is good, but he's also susceptible to letting up some moonshots. If I'm remembering correctly, at least in the beginning half of last year, like he wasn't great at home, and so I kind of feel like Giants lineup is a little bit better than the Reds from top to bottom. Webb should fare a lot better. So to me, Giants should be like a minus 120 favorite. So a little bit of an edge, a little bit of hometown bias here, but I'm taking the Giants to win this game.
Listen, I was a homer earlier, so you get the pass. But I understand. The only question I have for you is money's on Cincy. Bet percentage is on Cincy. Spread the money's on Cincy. The bet percentage for the spread on Cincy, 62.5.
I want everybody to be on Cincy.
you want the doubters.
I mean, like, I think that makes sense though. Like, if you're like kind of casually betting on MLB, like, Hunter Green, like Hunter Green's a sexy starting pitcher, and the Reds have Ellie De La Cruz, who is, cover of MLB The Show, one of the best young players. Like, I think the Reds generally are a team that people like want to back.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Mostly Ellie. I think it's mostly like just a backing of Ellie.
He's a fucking dog. But yeah,
he is a dog.
100%.
Like, honestly,
he's not a game changer, really.
Fuck up my bet, but
yeah, we'll keep it pushing though. Yeah, I back you there. I think the Giants are just the better team than the Reds are right now. The Reds just have bigger names, so we're gonna hop into the next one here, which is the Guardians and the Kansas City Royals. Another 410 first pitch game. Guardians plus 147. Royals are favored at minus 150. Plus 1.5 is the spread. Minus 1 you can get it as well. Over under you can get it. You can get all the way up to 8.5. 8.5 on the underside of things, and the overside of things you get it at 7.5. So a whole run difference there, which is kind of huge. Money line, money percentage is all with KC. Bet percentage all with KC. Spread all with Cleveland. That's interesting. And the under over is pretty much split. What are your thoughts on this game? Where do you think it goes?
So this was a game that kind of popped on the weather report. There's going to be a wind blowing out into like left center. And so part of me kind of wants to ride with the over here because I think weather's going to be on our side. But obviously, like Bybee, Cole Reagans, it's a great pitching matchup here. And, two phenomenal bullpens, like might be the two best bullpens in the MLB. So, pitching wise, I don't think it's going to go over, but maybe we sneak a windy one here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, plus you get the whole run. You get the whole run difference there. So 7.5 feels great, in my opinion, especially because it's minus 125 for 7.5.
Okay, so it is kind of juice to the over.
It's definitely a little bit juice, but the under on the opposite side of 8.5 is minus 120. So it's the same thing.
Interesting.
It's just you're taking one juice or the other juice. I would lean the over. I agree. Plus getting it a whole run under the 8.5 mark, so you get it 7.5. Feel great about it.
I've seen a lot of.
You're saying?
I'm seeing a lot of like 8s, like not 8.5, just straight 8s.
Really?
Yeah, and then those are minus like 110, 115s.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I kind of lean Royals here. What'd you say the money line was again?
All Royals.
It's all blue.
It's 60 or 70%. I clicked off it, but I clicked back on. It is 65 and 68%.
Yeah, that's gross. Yeah, no way I'm taking them at like minus 160. But if I have a lean, I'm feeling the over, even though we got two.
No, I agree. I think I lean the overs as well. Two teams that kind of need their bats to step up this year, especially. And I think they can get rolling early. But I definitely lean the over there. Let's keep it pushing though. We have about 4 more games to rock through. Twins. I like how all the games are early today. That's huge.
Yeah,
at least above the 4, because then I'm gonna want to watch March Madness later. So, that's huge. Twins, Cardinals. Twins are favored minus 108 compared to the Cardinals plus 100. It's damn near pick 'em. I'm not gonna get too fancy there. 7.5 is the over under. And I'm talking damn near all of the money line is with Minnesota in this one. 83% of the money line is with Minnesota. And then the spread is dead even, 50-50, with the bet percentage of the spread being on St. Louis. And then the under is on the money percent. Sorry, the money percent is definitely on the under. 61%, 61.2%. The bet percentage is 56.6%. Sonny Gray over 5.5 strikeouts at minus 128, and Pablo Lopez juiced out of his mind at over 4.5 strikeouts, minus 165. So, I think it's just the casuals that are betting today that's really affecting these. Because, These should
bet
not
with
be
the
this
Twins.
different. Like, the spread, I feel like, in the money line should not be drastically flipped on the bet percentages. Like, going from one side to 70 to the other side being 70, do you think it's just like, I think it just might be opening day. There's a ton of new people betting. Those people are probably picking the fucking Twins. I like the Cardinals here. What are your thoughts?
I got the Twins at minus 110.
Okay.
Look, Cardinals are going to be a team that I feel like I fade a lot this season. I don't know exactly how they're perceived by the public, but to me, their lineup I think is one of the worst in the MLB. Like, I don't think that's necessarily a hot take or anything, but my real concern is that Sonny Gray has been terrible through spring training. And I do think part of it is, like, recently he was pitching through an illness or something. And I kind of feel like he will be fine at the start of the season. But it also, like, just in case he's not, I think the Twins might light him up. Like, his miles per hour has been down a little bit in spring training. And that's not, like, super concerning. Like, a lot of pitchers, especially veterans, like, aren't maxing out during spring training, but he's someone that has been getting fucking lit up way more than other players. So in case we still see spring training Sonny Gray, that's the reason why I took the Twins.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. Obviously, spring training, I don't take in too heavy account, but you definitely got to add in he has been quite bad. So, I mean, maybe we'll see a bad Sonny Gray. This will be our first one we probably disagree with here. I like the Cardinals a little bit more in this one. Obviously, I understand their lineup is not nearly as good as the Twins, but I feel like the Twins we've seen a lot of times come in and they lose the games that they feel like they should win. And I feel like that's kind of why we see the spread percentage being so much on the Cardinals here, where I feel like if the Cardinals win, they're going to win by more than one run. Again, like you said, Mother Nature definitely could play a factor in this game. So we'll see how that does. But I like Sonny Gray to cook if he gets back to his normal self. Obviously, if we see spring training Sonny, it could be shambles from there. It might just be a stay-away game. But if you like the Twins.
I also just think, like, Pablo Lopez is, like, yeah, I don't know what the Cardinals are going to do against Pablo Lopez. It feels like it's going to be pretty low scoring from the Cardinals, and then Sonny Gray might just fucking get his doors blown off.
Get his fucking doors blown off here. Hold on, I want to look up. I had a stat here for Lopez. Lopez against this lineup has been generally good. Nolan Arenado rakes him. Outside of that, he hasn't seen most of these guys. So it'll be interesting to see how he does against this lineup for sure. Nootbaar bats 250 against him. Arenado bats over 300 against him. Contreras only has 7 at-bats against him, batting 200. And the rest of the guys have less than 3 at-bats, so I don't really take those into account unless they're more than 3. So we'll see how it does. I'm intrigued to see how both these guys do. We can go from there. But heading to our next game, our first night game, if I'm not mistaken, the Detroit Tigers going against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Spread is +1. The money line is +143 for the Tigers, -150 for the Dodgers. 1.5 is the spread. Every money line is with the Dodgers. Disgusting with how juiced it is. Same thing with the spread there. In the bet percentages, the money lines, Detroit has like a 12% on that, and everything is on the over, with 60% on the over and 39% on the under. Obviously, it is Scooball versus Blake Snell, 2 absolute studs. What are your thoughts on this game?
I'm taking Los Tigres to win, +143.
Holy shit!
Scooball.
First
No,
game
I don't feel great about it, but I want it. So I got it
down.
Yeah. I mean, so obviously Scooball, Cy Young winner, like best pitcher in baseball, arguably. On the other side, Blake Snell. We know Blake Snell starts every year terrible.
Horrible.
Like every single April, May, and then like June, we're all like, dude, Blake Snell has lost it. Like he's terrible. But this is like now 3 years in a row or something where he can like single-handedly win you a Cy Young in the last 3 months, which is great. But we're in April. So I'm expecting Blake Snell to not be in tip-top shape. I think Skubal against this Dodgers lineup, which look, it's a loaded lineup no matter what, but there's been a lot of bad vibes with the Dodgers to start this year. They did well in Tokyo, but Freddie Freeman is dealing with a little bit of I think it was a back injury. Mm-hmm. Don't actually quote me on that. I'm not a doctor, but he's a little dinged up. Mookie Betts is weighing in at like 150 because he got some type of like food poisoning. He was questionable.
Rib injury for Freeman.
It was a rib injury. Okay.
Rib injury.
But Betts is kind of like questionable. I don't think he's going to be at 100%. So this could be, again, they still have Shohei. They still got guys like Teoscar Hernandez. They still have Will Smith. Like, there's no way that this Dodgers lineup is bad, even if you remove like the top 3 hitters. But relatively speaking, the Dodgers are kind of down, and Skubal maybe takes advantage of that. Blake Snell maybe not in tip-top shape either. I don't think the Tigers are that great of hitters, but this could be a spot. Los Tigres.
No, I love this. Mookie's lost 20 pounds from an unidentified illness.
Yeah, it's actually...
That's sad.
Yeah, it's actually insane. 155 is so fucking light, dude.
Dude, that's like Nick out there. That's crazy. Dude,
that's like Nick missing like a leg.
Yeah, no, that's insane. 155 is nuts. I mean, obviously, it all comes down to just he's an elite ball player, but I think you're right. Getting this day one, Freddie's banged up, Mookie's banged up. Obviously, Tigers are pitching Skubal. If they're going to win a game against the Dodgers, it's going to be today. We'll see how Snell does to start April this year, but I agree with you. He sucks to start the year. So I definitely like Tigers getting great value there as well. That'd be a fun play. And it'll be fun to bet on them as long as they just don't get Shohei. And then we have the Cubs and Diamondbacks. Our World Series champion Diamondbacks that we took. Our fucking NL champions Diamondbacks is what we're taking. Our underdog story is live against Chicago. Minus 120 there for the money line for the Diamondbacks, plus 111 for the Bears, for the Cubs. And then over 8 runs is the total here. You can get it at you get it over 8.5 or under 8.5 as well for decent value. Minus 118, minus 112 is what I'm seeing. So you could do 8.5 or 8 for the over. Both of them seem to work out pretty well. All the money line is with Arizona, 82%. Spread is also with Arizona at 77%. And the over is at 60%. Gallon versus Steele. Where are you at, kid?
Bound. Arizona, I think, is going to be a wild card team. They're going to win a bunch of games, but I think the Cubs are pretty good too. Having the Cubs as underdogs, I think, is always going to be pretty enticing. So I'm not taking anything, but if I were to take something, probably be the under and the Cubs.
I mean, I like it.
Also, Cubs have technically started their season. I don't know if this really means much, but having a few like real life games or like real meaningful games under their belt kind of makes me feel like they've made that switch already to where like this shit counts, you know?
Yeah. You like the Nerfy in this one? Minus 120. Gallon and Steele.
Ooh. Yeah, kind of. I do
feel
kind of like, although
I'm seeing it off the top of the dome. This is just a complete off rip. But I think that's pretty good value.
Actually, yeah, I don't know. It sounded good at first, but now I'm kind of questioning it. Like, thinking about the D-backs top of the lineup is pretty fucking nasty to where I don't really want to take a Nerfy with, like, Marte, Carroll, and maybe Naylor.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's their...
Fair enough.
I'm going to look up their... I'm going to see if they have a confirmed lineup.
If they do, we can adjust from there. Hey, Kelsey, how you doing?
Don't have it confirmed, but Gurriel is projected to be their 3-hitter.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I'd do that if I was them, but it doesn't really matter.
I don't think I would do if I was their manager. I would have different thoughts.
If I was the Snakes manager, we'd be a fucking World Series team.
I lost something once.
Yeah,
Speaking.
no. I can't nerf you this shit.
Okay, that's fine. We can move on to our last game of the MLB slate before we get into some NCAA stuff. Real quick, we'll glance over our picks for that. Athletics, Seattle Mariners, how you doing? 10-10 game. First pitch going live for these teams. Obviously, Athletics, our team we find pretty interesting, or we did find a little bit interesting on their over-under total. But in this game, they are plus 150 versus the Mariners, who are like a lock for a cap of 4 runs. So Seattle has a money line of 83%. The spread on is all Seattle. The under 72%, damn near. Logan Gilbert 6.5. Severino 4.5 strikeouts. Where do you lean?
I think I'm gonna be such a sucker for the A's this year.
I am too.
I don't know. I feel like if they cost me too many units in the beginning, I'll probably get off of them. But every so often there comes these teams, no matter what sport, where it's like I just bet them, they let me down, and I can't quit them. They're a hard drug that I need a fucking intervention for, because plus 150 seems like too much for this A's team. I mean, Luis Severino did not have a bad season last year. I hate this Mariners lineup. We're in Seattle, so not a lot of runs. Kind of feels like you were increasing the variance. Oh, I might have just talked myself into the fucking A's today.
I'm down. 142s, are you getting them at DK? Feels like good value.
At Bet Rivers, there's a 150. 145 at BetMGM.
Yeah, this is a good value here. We're taking the A's?
Oh, man.
Oh, nightlife A's?
I hate it. I mean, Gilbert is so dominant at home, but I got to do it. I got to do it. So, we took the A's to go over their win total.
We did.
It starts today. We did not say they were going to win 72 games while lollygagging in the first half of the season. I'm doing this. Lock it in.
Let's go. That's huge.
A's plus 150.
Lock it in, Stain. Now we will head over to our NCAA slate for today. I know you had your picks early in the week, so you got definitely some value on that. You took a bunch of different over-unders. The BYU Bama game. Bama you took.
Negative value, to be honest.
But you got it done.
I mean, I haven't checked the updated
Did you pick a winner and an over-under for every game?
No. I kind of just been taking vibes.
Okay.
Every March Madness bet has been purely based on vibes. There's been no logic, no research. I don't even watch college basketball during the year. I will say, though, having watched the first 2 rounds, I feel like has me a little bit more in the know. Not that I'm a fan of that. To be honest, I was doing pretty fucking good not knowing anything about college basketball.
Yeah.
But going through my picks here real quick. In the first game, Alabama BYU, I got Alabama covering 4.5, which looks like that's still their spread. And then I have the under of 175.5. Look, again, don't know anything about these two offenses or how they play defense, but 175 is such a big fucking number that I'm going to auto under any game with 175 in it.
Fair enough.
What?
And you don't
have a play on this game? I
had the over on this one. So I like the over.
You have over 175?
I have over 175 because neither of these teams have a defense. It's pretty much hit and run the entire game.
Brother.
Listen, I understand. It's a high total, but there's a reason it's a high total. It's like when we see like the Rams Lions. It's like, holy shit, 53.5, and then you end up going 53.5.
Rams Lions, the line is set at like 57. Like it's ridiculously high.
No, I get this is super high.
I don't even know how many games in this tournament have gone over 175.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of washed
I don't
ones
have that number off the top of my head.
No, I don't either. But there's a lot of washed ones in the beginning that did, just because, like Florida and a few other teams scored like 95 on their own. But I think this game could finish like 88 to 90, 88 to 85. Like I could easily see a world
so high.
where these teams combine for a lot of points, 90 to 93. They just don't have good defenses. They have electric offenses on both sides. Again, you're more in the know of just fuck it, we ball, which I completely vibe with. I'm more in the trying to figure it the fuck out, but it's March Madness, and that never works out for me. So I would probably lean the under if I were you, but I'm taking the over. I also do have Alabama as well, though, for winning. So I know you have Bama minus 4.5. I also have them covered 4.5. So those would be the two plays I have for that game. Maryland Gators. You have Maryland.
I got Maryland pulling an upset here. I got them on the money line plus 255. I wanted to check their money line now, see if that's still a good number.
Yeah, Big Ten's been rolling.
I see like plus 240 out there, so feels like I got a slightly.
You definitely, the best odds right now are plus
here,
250 on Hard Rock. Then the next closest is 240 on Caesars. So you definitely got some good value there.
Like I don't. Florida looks like a good team for sure, but there's gonna be an upset here. And again, just going based off vibes, like there's gonna be an upset tomorrow. I don't think it's Duke.
No, Duke
mostly because I'm a fan of Arizona, and they're gonna let me down. So it's got to be Florida. Florida's got to be the team that like everyone's shocked that they lost. So I'm going Maryland.
Real quick, on a side note, speaking of Duke, you can get Duke to make it to the finals at plus 125 right now. Feels like elite value for, I think, the best team that feels like a lock to get there. I understand the path is a little bit harder, but for the most part, I feel like that's great money. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, I digress. We keep it pushing. Maryland and the Gators. I lost something once when I took the Gators minus 5.5. But again, we'll be on the opposite sides of this, and that is perfectly fine. It's March Madness, so who the fuck knows? It is minus 5.5 is what I got it at. Minus 114.
Okay.
So that's going to be the value. Solid value. I'm just taking pretty much the better team to win here. I think the Gators are pretty much better on all fronts, but again, Maryland does have that dog in them, so they like this. It's March Madness. Anything can happen. I'm just going to take the better, more athletic team in this one compared to Maryland, so that's why I would lean the Gators. For the Duke game, the only thing I had was Duke wrapped in a parlay. Outside of that, I didn't really have anything unless you did. Do you have any picks for that?
Wildcats plus 9.5. I mean, I just kind of think
Spice.
That, again, 9.5.
Homer ass motherfucker.
It's a big number. It's a big number to cover. Yeah. I don't know. I wanted to say that Arizona's going to pull this off and win, but I don't have the guts to do that. So I just hope that they can lose with some dignity and respect and at least keep it in within 9. Keep it in single digits.
At plus 410 value for the money line. The money line's saying they're going to lose by a lot, but we'll see. 9.5 feels like a solid spot, though, especially for this deep in the tournament. Definitely should be a good game. I don't have any lean one way or the other, so I'll ride with you, Arizona, plus 9.5 there. And then we have Arkansas, the Razorbacks, and the Red Raiders. Who do you got in this one?
I think Texas Tech is going to pull out the win here, but I wouldn't lay 5.5 with them. And so I took the over of 147.5. I think it's going to be competitive, so I think there's going to be a lot of back and forth. I think, at the end of the second half, we could see a lot of garbage time points come up. And then, it's just two teams that I want to see succeed. And a lot of times, if that's the case, I've just been taking their over, and it's been doing all right so far, so I'm going to keep rolling with it. John Calipari, spicy rigatoni. I like his Arkansas squad. Texas Tech. Weirdly, I actually took Texas Tech for like a quarter of a unit long shot. Did I do that? I did. Okay. Texas Tech quarter of a unit to win the championship. I got that at 30-1. So I have a little bit of rooting interest in Texas Tech to keep doing well. So yeah, over 147.5 is what I got for this game.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like that for sure. I am leaning as of right now, and what I have is Texas Tech -5.5. I like them to win this game. I know you said you wouldn't take the points. I will. 5.5 feels like a great spot. This Texas Tech team just looks like the better team right now. They're rolling. They're hitting on all cylinders. I feel like if there's obviously Duke looks the best, but I think Texas Tech has played really, really good basketball. So I think Texas Tech is going to keep competing at a high level, and if they do that, I think they can kind of roll over this Arkansas team that has been a little bit back and forth in this tournament that we haven't seen their full strength yet, I don't think, where we have been seeing Texas Tech for a few games now. So I'm going to lean Texas Tech at 5.5. I feel like it's a good spot. I like the over as well that you have. I think that's another good line. So then the last thing I do have to combine some things, I have Florida, Auburn, Houston money line, all combined for +112. So again, Houston's going to be a game later on, but I like to add them in here, and Auburn as well for tomorrow. So those two games pretty much for today will be Florida. Well, the only one I have in this parlay is Florida. I also had Duke in the parlay originally, but so you can add it in if you want. Duke, I think it'll make it bump up to like +130, but you're just adding a whole other team for not a lot of value. But that's another parlay I like just to get some plus money there with some of the favorites in the tournament. Outside of that, I already went over all the NBA stuff in the video, so make sure to go check out the video if you want the full explanations for that. I forgot to put out the write-ups in the Discord. I'll do a huge thing for that, so you can look out for that. If you're in the Discord's absolutely free, so if you're not in that, make sure to go join. Me and Tony are putting out plays damn near every single day. Well, I'm putting out every single day. Tony's putting out whenever he fucking got plays. Well, now with MLB's out, should be almost damn near every day.
Now that baseball's
rolling.
Yeah. I'll be betting on baseball religiously. Basketball's not my stuff. College basketball's not my stuff either. I've been too hot to stop. Now I'm hooked.
You've been rolling,
now I'm in for life.
Yeah, now you're locked the fuck in. Well, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Make sure to like, subscribe, all to the function down below. If you haven't already, hit the follow button if you haven't already on the Twitter side of things. And yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow with more MLB plays for another opening day on the other side of things for the